Hey everybody, today is Friday, it's December 1st, and we are going to be doing a follow-up on the apple cider vinegar that I'm started. So, this here is what's been downstairs the last 2 weeks, and if you look at the top, it's got like this fermenting, and if you smell it, it's very strong vinegar smell. Now this doesn't mean the vinegar is done, okay? It's a little discolored on the top, and that's normal. There's bubbles. You see those bubbles? That's the fermenting process, and you want that. That's a good thing. So the next stage we're going to do is we're going to take this scraps and we're going to strain it. Okay. Now I don't have cheesecloth. Let me see if I do. Hang on. So what I'm going to do is a double strain. So I'm first going to use my big colander to get the main part of the liquid out. And then I'm going to use my small mesh colander to restrain it again. And I'm using a wooden spoon, not metal. I have metal bowls, but I just have a wooden spoon. I don't think it makes a difference. So we're just going to pour this in here. Oh, I just made a mess. Now, I am going to reuse this. So all I'm going to do is, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to rinse, because there's some seeds in there. There's still some apple seeds, and I want to rinse those out. So hang on. Okay, so I just rinsed it out. So now I have my apples in here, and it's straining out. And I'm just going to take my spoon, and I'm going to mush it as good as I can. Not too much, though, because I don't want to get a lot of that pulp in there. And then this is stuff that's going to go to my chickens. So now remember we talked about a double strain. So then I have a different bowl, and I have my finer mesh. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this back in here again so I can get a better strain. So I got to hold this so it doesn't spill. Woo! It's got some strong vinegar going. Okay, and we're just going to let it seep out till all this liquid is gone. So hang on. Okay, all right, so I'm back, and I ended up with 20 cups, and that was with my 2 1-gallon and my 1.5 gallon thing full of apples. Ended up with 20 cups, which is 1 gallon and 4 cups. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my jar, I'm going to pour this stuff back into this jar, because then we need to let it sit for a longer amount of time so that it can continue to build the mother and continue to get more potent apple cider vinegar. And when I get this done, I'm going to take you and show you what my other apple cider vinegar that's been sitting quite a while and has a really well developed mother looks like. Hang on. So we're just going to carefully pour this back into the 1 gallon. And if there's some sediment in there, it's okay. It's not a bad thing. And it looks like we're getting almost to the top. And I have just a tiny bit. I want to go to just the 1 inch mark, and I want to stop. So I'm going to show you what I have left over. I don't have a lot left over. I have almost a quart. So, and that's okay, because I'm going to leave that in there and give it some headspace. So I am going to put a lid on this now. And then I'm going to burp it, go in and check it, and kind of let the air out of it. So hang on. I want you to see up close what it looks like. Now, is this apple cider vinegar? Yes, it is. But it's going to get better and more potent and more well developed if you let it sit. Just a second. I'll even do a taste test for you. It's apple cider vinegar. It's real faint though. It doesn't have a real strong vinegary taste to it because it's not done. Remember that, it's not done. So I'm going to show you when I go downstairs where I store my other apple cider vinegar. I'm going to put this back in the cupboard. Minimum a month for me. You can do it 2 weeks. I've heard 2 weeks, another 2 weeks on this, and then it's ready to go. But the longer it sits, the better it is. And I'll show you why. Hang on. Okay, so welcome to my basement. And I'm going to show you apple cider vinegar that I started 11/16 of 23 and where it's at now. Now this is a refill of apple cider vinegar, so hang on. This is the apple cider vinegar we just did. Obviously it's not done. This is the apple cider vinegar that I started in November. This is that one done. I have 2 done jars. And if you could see this here, this thing that's floating around, that's a mother. It's a very thick, globulous mother. And that is a good thing. So hang on. This is my other bottle of apple cider vinegar. It has the sediment down at the bottom, which is fine and it's okay. It doesn't have, there's its mother down here at the bottom. Can you see it? And then, this is the apple cider vinegar we just did. You can tell the difference. Big difference. This has the mother, the sediments, and this has a long ways to go. There you go. There's your apple cider vinegar. It's really easy. It's just time consuming because you have to go back. Oh God, I got apple stuff on my face. You just have to go back and check on it. Put it in your calendar, however you remind yourself, because it's not hard to do. It's just, it takes some time. And once you get one started, you can continually feed it so that you can continually grow more and more mother and apple cider vinegar and have really good stuff. So anyway, no preservatives, great stuff. Shelf life is great. So we will talk to you guys later.